Namaste. Today we will talk on a very simple word which is found in IVC seal also, known as Teetar, which was known to the Mesopotamian civilization also. So why give this short talk at all? The civilizations of Mesopotamia and the Indus Valley were in many ways very distinct culturally and geographically. Yet history reveals that they had to interact, compelled by the necessities of trade. The cuneiform text points to the Meluha settlement near Lagash in Sumer, and at least 62 distinct items were exported from the Magan Meluha region. So the two markedly distinct cultures, that is the Greater India and Mesopotamia, were separated by the buffer zone of Elam, which is known as Iran in present day. This geographical and cultural separation suggests that there was minimal lexical exchange between them, necessitating the presence of interpreters. As indicated in the cuneiform records, notably, both civilizations remained firmly rooted in their respective traditions, texts, and belief systems, maintaining their distinct cultural identity. This situation is reminiscent of the present day, where religious traditions such as Quran and Vedas coexist, yet they are very different, and there is no exchange between them through last 1500 years in the past. So today's word, as I said, we will be discussing about the Teetar. Now this Teetar word is a Sanskrit word which is called Titira. Now this Titira can be compared in different languages like Punjabi, where it is called Titar, Gujarati, Teetar, Marathi, Titar, Bengali, Titir. So Bengali still has a bit of Sanskrit uh, sounds, and it has maintained it. But we see that there are the three very distinct endings with er. So let's try to understand if this was a product, one of the items which was supplied in the Mesopotamia region. Was there an exchange of this trading item name between these two very different, distinct cultures? So interestingly, I found a dardar, dara, dadar, and a dardar. These three names and few more names in the Mesopotamian cultural cuneiform text. And interestingly, they are from a very old dynastic period. The third A inscription, which is from 2600 BCE to 2500 BCE, these words can be found. But these words can also be found till from the Ur-3 period to Neo-Assyrian era, a span of approximately 2 millennia. The word was in use, and this was used for the black Francolin, and it appears to have been referred to by the name Dar Melukha. So the name Melukha was always attached with the Dar word, indicating its import from the Indus or northwestern Indian region where the bird was abundant. The name Dar Meluka remained relatively unchanged throughout this period, given that Meluka is widely identified with the northwestern Indian region that engaged in the trade with Mesopotamia, and that this time frame aligns with the mature Harappan phase also. So it was very obvious that why we would find such a name in the Indus Valley civilization seals also. So let us see what does it say. So here I've shown that Yajnadevam has identified this tatara as tatra, which means there, and he has assigned it to a Rigvedic, uh, has given a decipherment from the Rigvedic script text. But I have written it as Tatara itself because this was one of the rarest seal where the Tatara word appears with two ta. It's very interesting that this sequence is closely resembles the Prakrit Titara, derived from the Sanskrit Titira, which means Francolin itself. Yajnadevam has astutely assigned this phonetic value tha to the glyph that appears to represent the francolin. This particular seal, featuring two instances of tha followed by ra, can convincingly be read as titara, unmistakably referring to the black francolin. While Yajnadevam interprets the phoneme as tatra, as I said earlier, such a reading seems less relevant with a trade context. Rather, it is plausible that this seal was affixed to crates or cages where the francolins were placed, and this was the multiple seals were possibly used on those crates to define what kind of item was being exported from the Indus region. Now let's see, let us compare the Mesopotamian Dadar and the Teetar. Now, very interestingly, one can very well come to a conclusion that this particular seal is not confined to Rigvedic kind of slogan, which would mean nothing, but it is very much similar to Dadara. So it is interesting to note, initially we noted that in Bengal it is still called Titira, but in Marathi, Punjabi, and Gujarati it is called Teetar. It appears that it is very much possible because of the Sumerian connection. In the last talk also I had said that there was a connection between Goa, that is Gubi, which has come in the Lagash cuneiform inscriptions, was connected with the Sumerian culture. So Goa and Sumer were like interacting with each other due to the trade. And it is very much plausible that Punjabi and Gujarati Titara and Marathi also Titara comes because of the Dadara. There was an exchange between the two civilizations where they were calling the Black Francolin as Dadara, and we were calling it Titira. It got a kind of a confluence, and a new word appeared as Titara. So people can say that Titira could be Titira could be the initial word for the Titara of Punjabi and Gujarati and Marathi. But in my opinion, there was an exchange and there was a confluence of the two words that again came into contact, lost and separated apart in a very distant time. And again, when they contacted during these 2 millennia, the new form of the word Titira came to us as Titara. So in this brief talk, we have explored one small but telling linguistic and cultural trace, the exchange and transformation of the word Titara, that is Sanskrit Titira, and its possible connection to Sumerian term Dadara, and a trace that remarkably still echoes in the Indian linguistic landscape. Thank you.